attention. We do need to make sure that patients have fast access to life-saving medicines and new treatments, and that these treatments are affordable. I recently met with Melissa Bowyer from my electorate. Melissa's son Riley was diagnosed with periodic fever syndrome, PFS, in April last year. This is a rare autoinflammatory disease that causes frequent fevers at 40+ degrees, along with body pains in the back, the legs and the abdomen. As a result, Riley has missed out on a great deal of preschool, as well as many other activities that young children his age should be out enjoying. Melissa detailed to me the impact that this has had on her family, where she has had to resign her job in order to be able to care for Riley. Melissa is a member of the Rare Voices Australia, who launched the Fair for Rare campaign earlier this year. Fair for Rare seeks to raise awareness in the community of these rare diseases. Melissa has found that access to vital health services and treatment for rare diseases is scarce and scattered across the country, and that this significantly impacts on families. Rare Voices has been working, including with Labor's Shadow Minister for Health, to push for answers around the life-saving drugs program review and to raise awareness of the importance of having a clear and timely funding pathway for rare disease treatments, a pathway that is indeed fair for rare. Nicole Mills from Rare Voices Australia said just one new medicine was funded under the Life-Saving Drugs program in 2016, and concerned that changes had been made to the scheme without consultation. In Senate estimates in February, departmental officials were unable to explain the delays in reforming the program, with the review being under review for 2 years. The government's lack of consultation with Rare Voices is in stark contrast to Labor's approach. At Labor's Health Policy Summit, Rare Voices Executive Officer Nicole Mills was invited to participate, and she said, "It was important that RVA was part of these discussions, being a voice for all Australians living with rare disease. Our invitation to the event arguably shows our increasingly political presence. As can be seen in the National Health Policy Summit communique, RVA was successful in bringing rare diseases into the discussion around social inequality." Importantly, Nicole was also able to personally engage and thank Shadow Health Minister Catherine King and many other leading Labor figures who have provided political support to RVA's ongoing call for transparency and resolution of the Life-Saving Drugs program review and access to rare disease treatments. It is clear that streamlining the approval process to ensure that people like Ben Oakley and Riley Bowyer can access the treatments they need to improve the quality of life, and that is of very real importance to them and their families. I particularly thank both of these constituents and their families. Melissa brought along her mum on the day she came to see me as well, and you can see the impacts and the stress and indeed the distress that these sorts of rare diseases can cause for these families. It just takes so long for somebody to actually correctly identify the disease that you have, and that process in and of itself takes an enormous toll on families. To have them then go into a system where accessing the treatments that they need becomes a long and tortuous road is not good enough. I commend the Rare Voices campaign, and I sincerely thank my own local constituents, Ben and Michael, campaigning on medicinal cannabis, and Melissa and her young son Riley, campaigning to get better access to treatments for rare diseases, and I can assure them that I will be continuing to campaign on that in this House as well. I thank